I have seen a lot of early game guides on YouTube, and I've just kind of came to the conclusion that none of them are as in-depth as they need to be, or they kind of go through too fast. So I put together a big in-depth early game guide for you guys. And if you're past this stage of the game and you want to click off this video, remember, it's Beesmas, and you can always be making an alt account to help with your boosting. So you might as well watch this till the end of the video, or skip to the parts that you need. Before I say anything, you should be doing all your Beesmas quests if it is Beesmas right now. The best packs to get in early game are the Diamond Egg to get the Diamond Mask later on in the game, Gifted Eggs, Star Treat. This Festive Fun Pack is very underrated because Festive Planners give a lot of good loot, and the 5 loaded dice will help. The Super Snowman bundle is a steal, especially if you're trying to get Vicious Bee. The Night Before bundle is also another steal because only for 10 gingerbread bears you can get a free gifted exhausted bee egg, and you can get 50 moon charms and 10 enzymes, which you will need for crafting. Festive Floral bundle, again a steal with the 10 oils, really helping the early game. You should always be getting the present. There's a lot more that you can get, but those are the best deals in my opinion, and the ones that are most affordable and worth it. Going around the map and killing mobs, which I will talk about in a second, is especially very helpful because it will give you extra snowflakes and gingerbread bears. So you just spawn into Bee Swarm Simulator for the first time and you have 0 bees, and the first thing you're actually going to want to do is click on this little circle gear thing that when you hover over it says system, and click on it and redeem some promo codes. This will give you like honey, it'll give you some tickets. So here are some of the codes that you should use. 38217, Bees Buzz 123, Bot Master, Connoisseur, Crawlers, Nectar, Roof, and Wax. So once you've redeemed all those codes, you're going to want to come over here to the basic egg dispenser and use all of the honey that you just got from those codes and buy a bunch of basic eggs until you run out of honey, and use them on different slots in your hive. Main goal in Bee Swarm Simulator is your bees, because your bees are always going to help you progress more than your gear. You will also get some tickets from the codes, and you're going to want to save up for a tabby bee, and the reason being is because it has an ability that over time when you use it, it enhances the bee's ability. So that's the first event bee you're going to want to get. You're also going to want to save all your materials, especially gumdrops, because later in the game you'll be able to get something called a gummy bee, which you need 2,500 gumdrops to craft. Another tip is to definitely join some Discord servers because people can help you and you can help other people. My Discord is in the link in the description. The next thing you should do is walk around the map and talk to some NPCs to get their quests. Everything you do should be actively grinding for a quest. You're really going to want to prioritize Brown Bear because he gives royal jellies and you can get his quest every single hour, and you'll be able to use these royal jellies on your bees to transform them into different bee types. This is very important for later on in the game. You're also going to want to come over here and talk to Black Bear because he gives a lot of rewards including eggs, royal jellies, and a bunch of other goodies. Come over here and talk to Mother Bear. They definitely do give some good stuff. You should not be using a lot of materials to get your quest done. Now, if you start to feel that basic eggs get too expensive, come over to the shop over here and get the cheapest thing that you can get, the cheapest bag and the cheapest collector. Do not get these are a scam. You should join the Bee Swarm Simulator group because you can get stuff like these dispensers, and there's also dispensers other places later on in the game as well, and exclusive codes as well. There are going to be mobs in each field that your bees kill them. Early on in the game it's going to be hard because your bees are either low level or you just don't have a lot of them. When you jump up and down like this, it confuses them and they don't attack you. This is a big scam and it is a waste of tickets. Please do not use this. You have officially made it to the 5th bee zone. Congratulations. You should always be doing your sprouts. If you see a sprout in a random field, 100% go to it. You should always be using your special sprout summoner. You can use it every single 16 hours. Come over here and talk to Panda Bear, and he will give a lot of good stuff like star treats and eggs. Definitely do his quests a lot. They are very good. You should also be saving your diamond eggs and your gold eggs because later in the game you're going to have to craft masks that require 5 of each of them. So just don't make it hard and just please save them. You'll also get star eggs from Panda Bear and Mother Bear. I realized that there's been a glitch in the game recently because I was at one point making a fuzzy alt, and they've just disappeared out of my inventory. The first one disappeared out of my inventory, sorry. And so it's up to you if you want to use your first one. People recommend not using your first one because you can get guaranteed gifted mythics later, but if I would just not take the risk and just use your first one. By the way, what a star egg does is it hatches into a gifted bee that you don't already have in your hive. So for example, if you have every single gifted bee type in your hive except for mythics, then it will hatch a gifted mythic. That's why people say to save them so you can get a guaranteed gifted mythic later. Please check if this glitch is patched before following this advice. Also, you shouldn't worry too much about bee quips right now, but when you get into later game, you should go check out Rem BSS's full bee quip guide. Make sure to go subscribe to him. You should be walking around the map to find hidden rewards. Like for example, there's a ticket right here. I already claimed it so it's invisible, but there's a lot of hidden rewards, and I'm sure there's a bunch of great YouTube videos out there that will show you where each of the rewards are. Different types of bees give different types of stats and boosts. For example, this cool bee gives blue boost, and it boosts your blue pollen. So that's the reason why you should try to diversify your hive as much as possible, because it'll help you do quests. Also, you can see every once in a while there will be these little flower things that pop in the fields. These are called blooms. And each time that you collect pollen near them, they'll pop kind of like this, like pop, and you go under the petals, and you can see that they give buffs. Moving on to the 10B zone. You're going to want to come up here and talk to Science Bear, because his quests are really good. They give science enhancements, and they boost your convert rate, which is very important for a later game. He also gives you translators, which allow you to talk to different NPCs coming up soon. You will not be able to kill this dumb snail, and that is okay. Also, don't worry about the retro challenge for now, unless you have to do it for a Beesmas quest, but still. You also might not be able to get into here right now, which is also perfectly okay. They spawn every 15th and 45th minute of the hour. Gives rewards. I won't worry about them right now. It's just something to keep in mind and look forward to later in the game. As always, try to diversify your hive as much as possible. There's different color flowers, and there's also different color bees. As you can see, depending on the bee's color, they collect more pollen based on what color bee they are. Also try to get bomb giver bees because they collect a lot of pollen. Again, when basic eggs get expensive, come over to this shop right here. Get the Mega Jug, and you're going to want to get the Super Scooper. The other ones are just too expensive and don't give enough benefits for the price. You shouldn't get any of these right now, not even the boots. Maybe the boots because of what I'm about to talk about right now. Instead of getting these guards, get the red guard and the blue guard. You have the ability to install something called a macro. It's an application that harvests honey and materials while you're AFK. And it's not bannable. There's a video on my channel on how to download it. I'll put it in the corner of this video right now. If you're willing to macro, get the boots. You should set your macro to collect this thing right here, which is called a wealth clock, and it basically just gives you tickets every hour. And you should also get your macro to macro in a bunch of different fields so you can start progressing your badges. Badges basically are milestones, and once you collect them, they give tickets and boosted stats. But don't prioritize them unless you're really close to getting one of the badges done. Also, another thing is when you have 8 bees discovered, you can use a slingshot. It's pretty cool. Another thing is that macro actually collects Beesmas machines, which you get from completing Beesmas quests. If it's not Beesmas by the time you're watching this, just skip over this step. Alright, moving on to the 15B zone. First thing you should do is come talk to Polar Bear, because he gives polar power and it increases the energy that your bees have. You should do them on the side. The werewolf is really hard to kill. Stay behind the cactus and just let your bees kill them. There's a new mob called mantises, and they give better rewards than the previous mobs. Now this is just something to note, but in this cave there is a gold egg over there. You might not be able to get it right now because you might not have enough speed. There is cave monsters in there, and if you don't get there in time, it will kill you. Now, a very handy thing called the Royal Jelly Dispenser. This is way better than that one over there with the tickets. You can use honey to buy royal jellies. Change any of your plain basic bees using this machine. You might be able to reach the red and blue HQs. They have field boosters, which they boost stats in a certain field for 15 minutes. See, I got strawberry plus 100% strawberry field pollen. It's very good for early game. And if you do macro, you should set your macro to follow the field boosters. There's also more dispensers, of course. You have to join the group to use them. To talk to Riley Bee and Bucko Bee, you're going to need to complete Science Bear's quest to get translators. Just keep that in mind. As you can see, this is kind of the same thing in here, but blue. You got the dispenser, and up here you got Gifted Bucko Bee and the field booster as well. You might be able to take down the King Beetle. So you just come up in here. Here he is. Just jump around, make sure he can't jump at you, because he jumps at you every like 5 seconds, and he gives you a bunch of good rewards. Don't worry about mythic bees as much as you worry about gifted bees, but if you do get mythic eggs from quests or packs, you should definitely use them. If you get this pack right here with the choose a mythic egg, choose a precise bee. It has the best gifted hive bonus. Target practice has focus, super crit, and red boost. The passive sniper and just overall the bee's attack is also very helpful, especially in the early game. If you can't defeat them at the moment, it's okay. Just keep leveling up your bees and keep getting more of them, and eventually you'll be able to do it. Again, if basic eggs become too expensive, come into the shop again and start buying some luxury items. You should buy the Porto Hive and the propeller hat. Look how cool I look now. Now, if you feel like you need a better collector, this is what I recommend you doing.
Go to settings and compare your red and blue pollen.
And depending on what's higher, that's the tool that you should get. So as you can see, I have higher red pollen than blue pollen. So I'm going to make my way over to the blue HQ, and I'm going to get the bubble wand. There we go. You're about to see why joining some Discord servers are a really good idea in a second. This thing right here is a big reason why you should join my Discord server, along with other ones too. This is Mythic Meteor Showers. You have to have 3 Mythic Bee types discovered. This is where the Discord server comes into play. You can ask people nicely, keyword nicely and respectfully, ask them for Mythic Meteor Showers, and you get a bunch of materials and honey. Now, if you've watched other guides in the past and they've told you to come over here, use the scissors, clip it, and go kill the commando chick, it is a big waste of time. Just don't do it. Your hive is not going to be strong enough to get the mythic egg. Just focus on other stuff right now, please. I haven't even gotten the mythic egg from it, and I'm a level 21 hive. Also, if you haven't noticed, stickers can be dropped by mobs, sprouts, and you can also find them on walls like this. You click on them and boom. All the stickers that you find, you should donate it to the sticker stack, because each sticker gives a unique buff, and the more stickers you have on your stack, the longer it lasts. As you can see, mine's 56 minutes. Now, there is rare stickers that are very valuable. If you join Discord servers like mine, then you can ask people the worth of it, and you can also see like charts based off of what the market is right now, if that makes sense. Alright, moving on to the 20 bee zone. You now have access to the ant challenge. Never use this dispenser, always use the green one because it's free. Basically what the challenge is that you get your hive and they kill a bunch of ants, and the more ants you kill, the higher score you get, and the better amulet you get, which gives you buffs to your pollen, move speed, convert rate, etc. Now here's a little secret. You come behind here and you walk through here, and you'll be able to get another free ant pass. If you go farther, you'll see this, which I talked about earlier. And if you go down into your badges, if you have a hotshot badge, then you can get into here by jumping under it and clicking gumdrop. And as you can see, there's a glue dispenser. This obviously gives you glue. The higher your goo badge, the more glues it will give you, up to 5 glues. Also, if you don't have gummy bee or gummy mask, you need to act quick because you will die from this gummy bear right here. Get the enzymes in the corner, get the glitter right here, and get the star jelly right here. Once you have 2,500 gumdrops, you can craft your own gummy bee. That's why you should have been saving them. Now, if you have tabby bee by now, you should do one of these 2 things. If you don't macro, you should save up for a star treat to gift your tabby bee. When you gift bees, they have increased stats and bonuses for your whole entire swarm. So tabby bee, 50% critical power. It also gives super crit chance from tabby love if it's gifted. However, if you macro, you should save for the festive bee, because its unique ability festive gift gives treats, honey, and a bunch of materials. So when you're macroing, it will build up a lot, and it will be able to actually help you gift more bees in the long run. By generally speaking, it's better to gift an event bee before buying the next one. By the way, you should be only using star treats on event bees because they don't have a certain fruit that gifts them. Use a chart for what treats gift what bees. You really should only be using this once you get Supreme Star Amulet, which I'll talk about later in the video. Now, at this stage of the game, you should be trying to build up your stingers.
Wait, how do I get stingers?
There will be vicious bees that will spawn in either Cloverfield, Spiderfield, Rosefield, Cactusfield, Mountaintop, or Pepper. As you see, it spawned in Cloverfield right now, and once you kill it, you get stingers from it. Once you have 250 stingers, you can come back to the 5 bee zone and claim your very own vicious bee, which will help you kill a bunch of mobs later in the game. Now, if you think your hive is strong enough to take down the tunnel bear, and it gives you a bunch of good rewards, a key tip to killing tunnel bear is to move side to side like this, because it slows down his movements and it gives you more time for your beast to do damage to him. So just like this, back and forth. Vicious bee is very helpful for killing tunnel bear. You also have access to the trading hub. Don't worry about it too much right now unless you need it for Beesmas quests or something else, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. Congratulations, you've made it to the 25 bee zone. There's also a field booster right here, which is really good for manually grinding and also for macro. You can also set this up for your macro as well. You may be wondering, ooh, what's this? Do not buy tickets from this at your stage of the game.
The price goes up exponentially the more that you buy it.
If you don't believe me, that's all I'm going to say. Save this for when you're in later game. There's also the sticker printer. I wouldn't recommend using any of these eggs except for maybe the silver and basic egg. Also, if you haven't picked up on this by now, let's summon nighttime real quick so I can show you this. You may be wondering what these things are. They are called fireflies. Now this is very, very helpful because when you walk over them, it gives you moon charms. And when you get 100 moon charms, you'll be able to generate a moon amulet, which gives you buffs, as you can see right here. Again, this is another example of why diversifying your hive is very beneficial, because when you discover 25 bee types, you'll be able to use the red cannon. This will increase the number of places you can go in macro, and also it just saves time. Now you may be able to come into the shop now, and if you can, buying these planters, especially if you're macroing, is very helpful because they give rewards and they give nectar, which buffs a bunch of stuff. There are 5 types of nectars, and depending on where you place your planter and what field, that's the type of nectar it gives. The 5 types of nectar are satisfying, motivating, comforting, invigorating, and refreshing.
Now if you have 25 bees
in your hive, you need to come into this shop and start buying hive slots. The more you buy, the more expensive they get. Obviously, yours is not going to be 6.43 trillion. When hive slots get too expensive, buy the boots, the beekeeper's mask, the Mondo belt bag, the porcelain dipper, and the porta hive. Also, the glider is very helpful because you will be able to reach more places where there are rewards, and also it's good for macro. Do not buy these 2 collectors. Just skip these 2 and go straight for the porcelain dipper. Now, on top of the noob shop, you can see this little star hall. Use your glider to glide across. If you have 5 gifted bees, you can use the bronze star amulet. As you can see, it gives a bunch of good buffs. You should prioritize getting different types of gifted bees because you can get the silver star amulet, gold star amulet, diamond star amulet, and then eventually the supreme star amulet. You can also get an amulet from King Beetle if you haven't got one already. Again, when hive slots get too expensive, you should come over here and get the honey mask. The honey mask is more diverse than the other 2 masks in the red and blue HQ, so just don't get those. Unless you macro, maybe getting the bubble mask would be good, but I still would recommend the honey mask. Get some sprinklers which regenerate the flowers in your field when they get depleted. I personally skipped the honeycomb belt and went straight to the petal belt, but you do you. Very big waste of glue in my opinion. Try to level up your bees with the treat dispenser right here because this will help you kill a lot more mobs and will just help you make more honey in general. If you've gifted your tabby and festive, you should go for gifting your gummy bee next. Alright, moving on to the 30 bee zone. You should definitely talk to Onnit for his quests. They take a long time, but they give good rewards. You should come over here and start getting robo passes. And behind here as well, you should get this broken drive and talk to Science Bear to repair the drive so you're able to talk to Robo Bear. He is near the rose field. You can store nectar in this pot for 5 tickets, which is pretty good if you macro or if you don't macro. Either way, it's just very helpful. After you talk to Science Bear for the broken drive quest, you have to talk to other NPCs around the map. You should be able to find a YouTube video on it somewhere. As always, you should be prioritizing your hive and trying to get different gifted bee types and leveling your hive and trying to get more bees. You should now go to the hive hub and start trying to get these vouchers, unless you have Robux to buy them. For your next mask, you should be going for the diamond mask because although it is kind of a blue mask, it is more diverse than any of the other ones. And this is why we saved our diamond eggs, guys. You can get diamond eggs from Panda, Brown Bear, Black Bear, and from Beesmas. And there's also one under the 30 bee zone. I'll show you in a second. Now see, if you come into the 30 bee zone, you can see this little dancing bear. Use your glider and get this diamond egg right here. Boom. I already claimed it, so that's why I didn't get it. Getting the diamond mask instead of the other ones will also help you transition to blue hive, which is what you should go for once you get the supreme star amulet. Talk to Spirit Bear and do all of her quests. Well, technically you only need to do the first 20 of them, because when you come into here, there's a petal wand, petal belt, and I would recommend you just skipping over the petal wand in my opinion.
The first petal you should use is to craft the petal belt because it has the most benefits. The second petal you get, you should donate to the wind shrine so you can start the process of getting a windy bee.
Windy bee is very good. It's used in white and blue hives. I would recommend just skipping over the petal wand because it's only marginally better than the porcelain dipper. I would just go straight for one of the endgame tools. Having a vicious bee in your hive will really help defeating the coconut crab. It's probably the hardest mob to kill in the whole game. Again, if you macro, You should set your macro to donate to the wind shrine every hour to increase your favor. The more stuff that you donate, the higher favor you get, and when you donate cloud vials, the higher chance of you getting windy bee. There's a higher chance of you getting windy bee the higher your favor is. Again, the nectar condenser takes 12 hours of your nectar and condenses it into a vial which only stores 4 hours. I would recommend you only doing this if you don't macro, especially if you have the offline voucher. As always, you should be exploring the map to find hidden goodies. I'll show you one over here because it's very important. If you come down here, you can see that there is a star jelly. I'd recommend you start saving your star jellies. You should also be going for the coconut canister. I personally skipped over the coconut clogs. Personally, I just skipped them and went straight to gummy boots. And if you're wondering what SSA is basically an amulet, and this allows you to transition to a colored hive, which just optimizes one color flower. You should also get these guards after you get Vicious Bee. You should now be experienced enough to make your own decisions, but if you ever have second doubts or you have questions, join the Discord server and also look at my other videos as well. As soon as you get Supreme Star Amulet, you're out of early game.
I made a post about a week ago asking everybody what tips they wish they knew earlier when they started the game. I'm going to read some off now. Jared Waters says, save all your resources and do polar bear quests. Strongest Dog of History says that spending his diamond eggs at Hive was one of the biggest mistakes he made during the game. Roblox Dummy 1 said, don't go early red. Jigsaify YT says, do not go early red and then try to switch when I had 3 billion honey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what I could do better, and let me know what you would like to see next as well. Have a good one.